Minecraft is a game which from the get-go had heavy involvement from its community. From giving suggestions on old forum posts and threads to discussions about the game with Notch in IRC channels, I think it's fair to say the community has had a significant influence on Minecraft, more so than most other popular games today. But with the overwhelming amount of feedback the game would begin receiving, most ideas or features were simply ignored. However, some players made suggestions or came up with cool ideas that would later be added to the game, and other players created mods which were so well received that parts of their code would be directly included into the game, and their names can even be found in the game's credits now. And while some of these players got special rewards and are well known for their contributions, others' stories and features, especially from the earlier years of the game, are almost completely forgotten, with only tiny traces left of their history. Today we talk about the stories of 9 Minecraft features which were suggested, created, or inspired by players. Before we do though, I suggest that you hit that subscribe button for me and inspire me to get 500k subs by the end of the year. No pressure. One of the earliest and likely most impactful mods which was eventually incorporated into Minecraft was made by a user named McRegion. In late December of 2010, McRegion would release a mod called McRegion, which optimized how chunks were stored on the disk and how they updated. Chunk loading and saving caused lots of performance issues and lag in Minecraft's earlier days, especially as computers weren't nearly as powerful then. The mod made the game run smoothly, removing many freezes, pauses, and lag spikes that would occur often when you moved around the world and loaded chunks. In fact, it would even make a future Minecraft developer's game run twice as fast, according to an old forum post. Someone needs to propose this to Notch as a way to improve performance, Kung Fu Hamster would comment, amongst a sea of other positive comments. The mod wasn't perfect at first, however. OMG, I just noticed after 1 hour of playing that this doesn't work. Supposedly, some players had issues saving the map and only the inventory would save. However, McRegion would update the mod and release improvements not long after. McRegion's McRegion Minecraft save format was adopted into Minecraft Beta 1.3, almost entirely unchanged, and other Minecraft developers confirmed at the time that his format was 7 times faster than the previous save format. When you open the game in certain older versions, you can see worlds being converted to McRegion's McRegion, and he is even credited in the official Minecraft credits under additional programming. McRegion would continue to have a large impact on the game even after McRegion, later creating a mod called Fast Render, which eventually became Optimine, which later down the road would merge with Optifog to form Optifine because players kept getting them both confused. I wonder why, but that's a story for another time. And that time is in roughly 10 minutes when you finish watching this video, because if you're interested, I made a video about that you can watch after. The golden apple is one of Minecraft's most famous and powerful items. Heralded for its regenerative abilities, it was the centerpiece of many older Minecraft series and even religions. However, little do vast majority of the Minecraft community know that golden apples were actually jokingly made by a very early Minecraft player. And there's an interesting story behind how Notch came to know of her. JTE was an early Minecraft pioneer who hosted various vanilla servers in 2009 and created a script which allowed early Minecraft servers to generate maps, detect hackers, and do various other advanced features that generally improved the core function and gameplay of Minecraft. For example, JTE's modifications allowed servers to reload maps from last backups on the fly, meaning no longer did players have to rebuild spleef arenas. For the time, his scripts and modifications were extremely useful, as nothing else existed back then. Becoming known on the early Minecraft forums as the Minecraft hacking god, JTE caught the attention of Notch, who joined JTE's server and stress tested it by flooding it with lava, to which it supposedly didn't handle particularly well. JTE was jealous of Notch having a gold name over his head when he joined the server, so he invented colored tiers of names for roles. For example, server owners or admins would have a red name, which is what led to server operators having red names on modern servers today. Anyways, JTE would begin having less and less to do with the game as it entered InfDev and alpha versions, but decided to make a full list of pictures on his website displaying crafting recipes when crafting was first introduced. Around this time, Notch had removed apples from the game, which he had been testing, so at the bottom of the crafting list as a joke, JTE put that you could only get apples by killing Notch, and then next to it displayed that if you put 8 gold ingots around an apple, it would make a golden apple. The website was published with this crafting list on February the 23rd, 2010, and 4 days later, in Minecraft InfDev 201.00227-1, the golden apple would be first added to the game. JTE had accidentally invented the golden apple, although it would be initially crafted with golden blocks instead of ingots, later being changed to nuggets in Minecraft 1.1. Furthermore, JTE's joke that Notch dropped apples when he died was also added in that same version, and was actually in the game's code up until Minecraft 1.3.1. And that's the cool story behind golden apples and the famous rumor of Notch dropping apples upon death. A small Minecraft feature which is actually very important is smooth lighting, making the game's lighting look much more natural and visually pleasing. Well, before that existed, there was a mod known as Better Lighting created by Mr. Messiah in October of 2010, which drastically improved Minecraft's lighting system. Notch would eventually, with the help of Mr. Messiah, use parts of the mod in a new lighting engine added in Minecraft Beta 1.3, which ultimately included smooth lighting and ambient occlusion. Mr. Messiah would eventually get a custom cape in 2015 for his contributions. Okay then, how about a Minecraft suggestion being added 10 years after it was initially suggested? On October the 26th, 2010, Minecraft player McLee would suggest the concept of a pigman. McLee seemed to have some weird obsession with a skin he created of a pig man, uploading various videos about it in 2010, such as Minecraft Why Pigmen Are Win, Minecraft Pigmen Riding Pigs, and the critically acclaimed sequel, Minecraft Zombie Pigmen Riding Pigs. Somehow, this got the attention of Notch, who decided pigmen would be a great future addition to the game, crediting McLee with the idea and giving him a special bacon cape that McLee designed. The cape was later removed for unconfirmed reasons, however. Anyways, the texture of pigmen would be added to the game in alpha, and pigmen were going to be inhabitants of villages which would be added in the near future. However, those ideas didn't come to be, and zombie pigmen would be added to the game instead. McLee's pigman texture would be later removed from the game, and it seemed his suggestion had been abandoned. However, 10 years later in Minecraft 1.16, piglins would be added to the game, known to be the successors of the original pigman concept. McLee never got his cape back, however. The story of the piston is probably one of the most well known on this list. A Minecraft player named Hippopotamus would make a mod in early 2011, adding these basic looking white pistons to the game. They could push blocks, eventually entities, and could be chained together, allowing pistons to move one another. Now, initially these pistons were actually significantly stronger than the pistons we have today. As you can see in an earlier video using the mod, players would use them for a cool method of transportation around their worlds, due to the fact that pistons would absolutely launch entities so much further. Looks like it could have made for a cool parkour or obstacle course. Jeb liked the mod, reaching out to Hippopotamus who provided him with the piston code. Pistons would later be added to the game in Minecraft Beta 1.7, although they were slightly different to how they functioned in the mod, but very similar. Hippopotamus is now credited in the official Minecraft credits under additional programming. Here's an entry for most specific and unknown Minecraft suggestion that made it into the game. Vex is a known map maker, famous for his Super Hostile map series. His maps were quite cool, and he would often experiment with various Minecraft mechanics and add them to his maps. One such mechanic he was playing with was Silverfish spawning. Vex wanted Silverfish to be able to rapidly spawn in upon taking damage, such as from poison potions, as he wanted to make that an area in his map whereby walls and ceilings would suddenly spawn dozens, if not more, Silverfish. And unfortunately for us players, Dinnerbone would come through for him, making it so Silverfish would call for reinforcements upon taking poison damage. Very interesting. Before we had horses, we had the Mo Creatures mod, a mod created late in 2010 which added 58 new animals and monsters to the game, as well as the ability to ride and tame many of them. One such mob which existed in the Mo Creatures mod was the horse and its many variants. You see, players had wanted horses to be added to the game for some time. Horses and ponies were added to one of Minecraft's April Fool's updates, named Minecraft 2.0, but were simply retextured cows and pigs. Not the most convincing, I must say. But after that display of horrific amalgamations, many players were enthusiastic about getting actual horses in the game. So 3 days after the April Fool's event, Jeb would post this on Twitter, celebrating Minecraft hitting 10 million purchases, giving a very subtle sneak peek as to what the main feature of the next update, 1.6, would be. Horses would be added to the game in Minecraft 1.6, with assistance from Dr. Zark, the creator of the Mo Creatures mod. The Mo Creatures horses provided a baseline for the Minecraft horse models. Okay, let's go way back in Minecraft time again. Back in Minecraft InDev and earlier Minecraft InfDev versions, trees were pretty boring, only having the basic variant. An early player at the time, Paul Spooner, became disappointed with the small trees, as it led to an inability to build an awesome tree fortress. Therefore, he wrote map modification tools and scripts that would add procedural generation of certain structures and elements he created. He made it so castles, cities, craters, huts, and even coral reefs could generate naturally in older Minecraft in-dev versions. To say this was ahead of its time was an understatement, especially since this was one of the game's only naturally generating structures for some time. But anyways, besides all of the other structures he created that would procedurally generate, he created these massive trees in what he called his Forester script. And as you can see from the old limited screenshots, some of them are absolutely huge, with tremendous detail. Even the trees which weren't nearly as big still looked awesome, and it was no surprise that the Forester script quickly became his most popular amongst the community. Notch would like the trees so much that he would incorporate parts of it into the latest InfDev version of the game at the time, and as such, we got large oak trees, which are still present in the game to this day. Paul Spooner was paid the promised amount of $500 for his contributions, and is the third and final person which is credited in the additional programming section of Minecraft's credits. Turtles are probably the newest feature on this list that were created by a player. Turtles were on Mojang's radar for a while, and way back in August of 2012, Jeb would publicly comment that he saw the turtles in the Mo Creatures mod, and that discouraged him from doing his own. Players still wanted to see turtles added to the game, however, and in late September of 2012, when Dinnerbone would confirm a new animal would be added to the game, players began speculating that it would be the turtle. Unfortunately, to the disappointment of literally everybody, the new mob added would not be a turtle, but rather the bat, the most useless mob to ever grace Minecraft. And after that, there was no mention of turtles for 5 years from Mojang. However, in 2015, a Reddit user named Billy K would suggest that turtles could be used as an alternative to boats. In his post, he states that turtles can be ridden and directed with a fish on a stick, and can very rarely drop a turtle shell, which can be worn as a helmet. The suggestion became somewhat of a meme on the Minecraft Reddit community, and in late 2017, turtles would be officially announced to be added to the game, and Billy K would get a special one-of-a-kind cape. And that wraps it up for today. Let me know your favorite feature that was added to the game. Be sure to subscribe to help me get to 500k, join my Discord, and follow me on Twitter. Thank you all so much for watching.